Morning, guys. So I want you to sit in on what I'm learning today, okay? So open up your mind. I hope this gives you some good advice. These are deep-rooted secrets that people do not want you to know, but I want you to know. So let's check it out, okay, guys? I love you. Have a beautiful day. And thank God it's Friday.
This knowledge is the most deeply occulted or hidden information that exists on this planet. You will not find any more hidden information. This is the thing that all the distractions are there for, to keep you from learning. The endless trivialities, the nonsense you hear on the news, all the video games, all the nonsense television, the sports, it's all there to keep people from understanding this. From my years of being inside occult traditions that are very, very dark.
The injustice card wants to come out.
That's why it's not the exoteric. It's not given to the masses. It's the esoteric. It is reserved for the few. And there's a reason for that. It's been deliberately hidden away and kept from the general public in order to create and maintain a power differential. The word occult is simply derived from Latin, the Latin adjective occultus. Occultus in Latin means hidden, hidden from sight. And it's derived from the Latin noun oculus, which means eye. Okay? The word ocular in English means related to the eye or related to sight or vision. So what the occult is, it is a body of knowledge that has been hidden away for a specific reason. And we're going to get into what that reason is. From the term oculus or eye in Latin comes the verb occultare. Occultare means to hide, to conceal, or to keep secret, to keep hidden from the eye so that it cannot be seen. The information regarding natural law is occulted knowledge. It is knowledge that has been hidden from humanity. It's held by the few, which is represented here at the top of this pyramid. You can look at this as a pyramid representing knowledge or ignorance. At the top of the pyramid, you have knowledge. The higher you go in the pyramid, the more knowledge. Okay? But the pyramid tapers because at the top, very few people understand that information. Very few people have that knowledge and have actually integrated it into themselves to the point where it becomes understanding. Down here, you have no knowledge, the ignorant masses. And up here, you have the people who are in the know, right, who have this knowledge about how natural law works and are actually using it for a certain reason. We're going to get to that next, what that is. Now, why would anybody want to hide knowledge that is extremely important? Well, there's a very specific reason. But before we even get to that, we have to talk about what
the strength in
is
reverse.
Knowledge.
They're weak. They're cowards. They don't want to share. Bucket full of crabs.
When I'm saying
see, they don't want to work together.
The knowledge of the occult. What do I mean by that? Occult knowledge constitutes two things. There's two general bodies of occult knowledge. In the actual mystery traditions and in occult schools, they talk about these as arcana. A-R-C-A-N-A, arcana. The word arcana is also Latin. It means knowledge. Okay, that's all it means. So there's two bodies of knowledge. There's one body of knowledge in the occult called lesser arcana, the lesser arcana, or the minor arcana. This means the knowledge of the microcosm, the knowledge of the small things. Okay, it doesn't mean it's less important.
Someone's pissed off.
It's dealing with the individual units of consciousness, the human psyche.
Because you're an earth angel, balance, practicality, okay? Spirituality. You're teaching a lot of people how to move the fuck away and be guided.
Consciousness, how it works, how it operates, what our motivations are, things like that. The second body of occult knowledge is called the greater arcana or the major arcana. All right? And again, this doesn't refer to that it's more important. It refers to it is the macrocosmic understanding, the understanding of the very large laws of nature that govern the macrocosm, okay? So universal laws are part of the greater arcana of occult knowledge. And what I call here today, under the umbrella, the term natural law, falls into that second category of greater knowledge, the greater arcana of occult knowledge. And what these natural laws are unseen and universal spiritual laws. We can talk about the word natural here too. Natural is derived from Egyptian and other Middle Eastern tradition languages, okay? The word nectar in Egyptian, which would have been spelled without vowels, if we transliterated it, it would be NTR in English.
It's time to go inward.
Spirit in Egyptian, in ancient Egyptian. The
Major
suffix
arcana.
AL, even in
The
English
hermit.
today, but if you go back into Arabic languages and ancient Middle Eastern languages, AL as a suffix actually means of or related to, or having come from, okay? So natural, if you put these root words together, nectar and al, right? It means of or related to the realm of spirit, of or related to God, actually. The word nectar also meant God, spirit or God, okay? So this is the spiritual domain, the laws that actually are operating in the unseen realm. Okay, now, they manifest in the physical realm.
Another major arcana.
Okay,
Choices.
That's the operation that it trickles down from. It starts in the spiritual domain, and then
Gabriel
it
is
manifests in
watching
the physical
over,
domain.
masculine and
Right?
feminine
So
internally.
it's important to understand
We
these
have
two
to be
bodies of
balanced.
knowledge. The lesser arcana is about the monad, or the individuated unit of consciousness of the human being.
The left and the
then
right
the
brain.
greater knowledge is about the
masculine,
laws
the
that
feminine.
govern the macrocosmic universe. Why is this knowledge hidden away from people? To what ends? The knowledge of the occult, the hidden knowledge.
It's
about
because
how
they don't
natural
want the
law works and how
matriarchs to
consciousness works
stand up
is
in their power.
not commonly known. That's why it's not the exoteric. It's not given to the masses. It's the esoteric. It is reserved for the few. And there's a reason for that. It's been deliberately hidden away and kept from the general public in order to create and maintain a power differential. The knowledge of natural law and its operations constitutes what I call the most deeply occulted or hidden information that exists on this planet. You will not find any more hidden information. This is the thing that all the distractions are there for, to keep you from learning.
It's time to stand as the warrior.
Trivialities, the nonsense you hear on the news, all the video games, all of the nonsense television, the sports.
Get the strength and
it's
the
all there
victory
to keep
internally.
people from
Get out of the
understanding
patriotic
this.
system.
And I can't get you to accept that or believe it, and I don't ask you to believe it. I'm telling you, that's what they're trying to, from my years of being inside occult traditions that are very, very dark. I'm telling you, this is what they don't want you to know. The powers that be want to seek to keep this information hidden from the people of the earth at all costs, because understanding this information
But people
about
like me are
natural law
crazy
will
enough
level the
to be
playing
the
field
earth angel,
and
to
put
level
an
the
end to
playing
the currently
field.
entrenched systems of control that are operating on the earth.
It's about patience.
We should very
We got this.
clearly make a distinguishment between
Set
nescience
those
and
boundaries.
ignorance, so that people fully understand the difference
Speak your
between
truth.
these two concepts.
Be
How
the
many
queen of
people
swords,
have heard the term
knowledgeable.
nescience?
Be a free thinker.
Very few. This is a word that has practically been sanitized from colloquial English, practically been sanitized from the English language. And there's a reason for that too. There's two contexts to not knowing something. The first context is nescience. Okay? Nescience comes
It's a give
from
and take
the
in this
Latin.
world, guys.
The prefix ne
What
in
you
Latin
put out,
means not,
you
or
get
not
back.
present or absent. Okay? And then sciere in Latin means to know. It's where we get the word science from. Okay? So you put
Everything
them
is a
together,
push and a
nescience,
pull.
It actually, those two
Frequency,
roots form another
it
word,
never stops.
nesciere.
Energy never stops.
Nesciere in Latin means not to know, to not understand. But there's a connotation to it. It means to not understand because the specific information that you may be having a desire to understand is completely absent. It is not.
It's time to be single, self-sufficient, and abundant for yourself.
That information. You can't bring those
You have
pieces
to be
of grammar
self-sufficient.
together.
You
form a
have to know
sentence.
your worth.
Okay? It's not present. Okay, so you don't have it at all. It's unattainable. So therefore, let's define natural law. The simple definition of natural is inherent, having a basis in nature, reality, and truth, not made or caused by humankind. So if it's natural, wasn't made by mankind didn't make it.
That's why people are very up in their head.
The origin of the word.
They don't know the
Neter in
difference
Egyptian means
between
spirit,
3D and
all
5D.
means of or related to. So
And
of
how
or
to be
related to
single,
spirit.
self-sufficient,
It is
independent.
all of nature, the spiritual domain. See, this is the other part. People believe that the spiritual domain is separate from the physical domain. This is a huge thread and a huge central focus in all of my work. If you think the spiritual domain is not where you are at now because you're in the physical domain, you're mistaken. If you think that the spiritual domain is someplace other than the physical domain, you're also mistaken.
This
If
is where
you
people
place
are feeling
emphasis
defeated.
on one above the other and say, well, this one takes precedence and this one's not important. Either way you do it, whether you say the spiritual is more important and the world of matter should not be given any significance, it's imbalance. And it's not true.
It's time to go
Natural
inwards.
means spiritual. These words could be used interchangeably.
Use
So
your
when I'm talking
own
about natural
mind.
law, I mean spiritual law. Unseen spiritual law.
Use your own
The
wisdom.
word law, the definition is an existing condition which is both binding and immutable. So let's look at each one of these words. Existing, it means that it is present. It is present. Okay? It cannot be just ignored and expected that, well, that doesn't make it true and it's not going to have an effect.
Go into Hermit.
It's there.
You'll find
It's
it.
present. That's why it's
You'll
a law.
find
It's
your
an
value.
operation that is in
You'll
operation.
find who you
It
are.
is binding.
You'll find that you are
Binding means it
not
has an
binded.
effect. It means
You are
it
free.
doesn't matter whether you
You
believe
are
it
the
has an
gift.
effect. It doesn't matter whether you understand that it has an effect. It doesn't care. And this is another big hammer to the ego. The human ego wants to hear what it wants to hear. One of the things it wants to hear is the universe cares about you personally. It cares about John. It cares about Bob. It cares about Mary. It cares about Elizabeth, whatever. Okay? It cares about you.
It's time to
individually.
start investing in the right fucking things, guys.
You could go so far as to say you believe that the creator of the universe cares about you. I'm not denying anybody or saying don't think that. What I'm saying is that the laws of the universe don't care about you. Let's look at the dynamics between discovery and belief. The difference between discovery and belief. Because again, natural law is capable of being discovered, understood, and harmonized with. Now, does that sound like a religion? Religion asks people to believe, accept, and do without question. What this is saying, this exists.
It's time to
You're bound
stand
by
up.
it.
Be the
Best
warrior.
you can do is to
Fight.
understand its operation like you would understand gravity, and therefore not just walk toward the edge of a 200-foot cliff that is bottomed by jagged rocks. If you're intelligent and you understand how the law of gravity works, you won't do that behavior. So natural law has nothing to do with religion. It's not a belief system. It's a science. It is a discoverable operation that is already in effect that we can either understand and align our behavior to or remain ignorant of and suffer as a result of that ignorance because it's already in effect. So when it comes to belief, and anybody that was trying to propagate a religion wouldn't put this slide up here. When it comes to natural law, it works just like gravity. So
It's time to get out the naive phase. You are not blindfolded, guys. You can pretend you don't see the truth, but
because belief is irrelevant. Because natural law does not care about you. It does not care about you. It is in effect, no matter what you do,
Tower,
deal with it. And people
deal.
don't want to hear that. And I recognize this.
It's the ugly
It is an
truth, but
impersonal
what you
force.
put
It
out,
does not
you
care
get
about
back.
you. It does not worry or care in the slightest bit whether you understand it or accept it or not. So let's look at consciousness and the human brain. Okay? Because
We may not
consciousness
deserve
is
what
an
happens to
intangible
us.
force. Okay?
But
It's something
believe
that
me, there's
exists,
always a
but you
lesson
can't
in
really
it.
see it. Many people
Always.
even have a hard time explaining what it is.
And what we put out,
But
we do
there
get
is
back, whether it's good or
physiological
bad.
expression for
Sometimes we're
consciousness
just paying
in
karma
the
from our
physical
past
domain.
lives
And the
or from
brain
things
is one
we've
of them.
done years
And of course,
ago.
people will say, well, don't leave
But
out the heart.
we have
Of
to
course,
learn
the heart
from
is
it.
also very important. The heart has an even bigger electromagnetic field than the
Don't
brain.
let it change your
and it's tied into
heart.
Physiology in an even more complex way than the brain.
Emotional fulfillment
But
is
you need
internally.
to understand
It's
the
in your
basic
head.
structure of the
You
brain,
got this.
understand
We
the
all
types
got
of
this, but we have to
imbalances that
reprogram
go
our
on
mind,
within
the lack
that
mentality,
lead to these
and go forward with
debilitating
love, what we
conditions within
want.
humanity that continue to
But be
create
careful
suffering
not to
for
go
us.
in and
So
out.
let's look at how the
Be stable, be
brain and
grounded.
consciousness actually work. People will also try to give ridiculously overcomplicated and mystified definitions of what consciousness means. And many people are even scared of the term, okay? We have to demystify these terms and bring them down to real simple English and real simple concepts that the average person can grasp.
Because so many people are in their head, they don't understand.
Being
It's simple.
conscious of something, meaning having consciousness of it, is an ability of the being to recognize patterns. Remember, this is all about pattern recognition. To recognize patterns and meaning with respect to events that are taking place or have taken place, okay, both within oneself, okay, in the inner realm, in the lesser realm, the realm of the individuated consciousness, and in the realm in which the self exists and operates, the macrocosm. So let's break it down, right? Ability of a being to recognize patterns.
Time to use your
and
logic.
meaning with respect to events
Head
taking
over
place
heart.
within oneself, the microcosm.
Always bring your heart, but
and
use your
in
head.
the macrocosmic world, the world at large. And the events taking place,
Balance.
the truth. So it's our
The truth.
ability to
Logical. King of
accurately
Swords.
perceive truth of what has happened and what is happening.
Be of
That's
legality.
consciousness. That's
Law and order.
consciousness. And it's
5D,
made way
3D.
overly complicated.
Completely
by
different
people.
things,
It's
guys.
mostly made overly complicated in the New Age movement, again. Which I can't stress enough how big of a deception it is. So, that's what consciousness is. Now, how does consciousness express? There's a difference between what it is and how it expresses in our life. Consciousness expresses. I ask people, just tell me, what are the ways you could ever make yourself known to any other being? How can any other being come to know who you are in this incarnation, in this physical manifestation? How could they possibly come to know you? How could you manifest yourself or make yourself known to them? And there's only three ways: thoughts, emotions, and actions. Okay? And I would say speech falls into the line of the combination of thoughts and emotions. And speech
This
also
is why
a
you
form
have
of
to be
action.
the king of
I'm
swords
using force to,
and get emotional
make the
fulfillment
air
by
flow over
speaking
my
your
vocal cords
truth.
to make sounds come out,
Because
so that
it's
you can hear
about
my-
give and
the
take,
concept
guys.
I'm
What you
trying
put
to
out, you
express.
get back.
So it is a
And it
form
has
of
a lot
action.
of people fucked up
And
in
it
their head
derives from
about these
what
new
we have
beginnings.
thought up to this point, and the
Other
emotions that we
people
have,
are
and we can
counting other
express it
people's
through speech.
pockets because they
So
can't bring
thought, emotion, and
balance.
action. Thought, you have to
We
look
are
at
all
as the
stars,
creative
guys.
force
We
that
all
is
have the
expression
power
for
to heal
consciousness within
internally,
the individual.
but it's about self-healing,
Okay?
the individual.
So it's a neutral force.
Be the muse.
You don't look at your thoughts as masculine.
It's not about what
and
we say,
feminine,
it's about how we do it.
but you do look at them as creative forces. In order for anything to manifest in the physical domain, it had to first exist as a thought. This computer, somebody had to envision all the parts, how it works, how it's put together. Okay? This camera equipment, the clothes you're wearing, the seats, everything that exists had to first exist in the realm of thought. Had to. By law. Then it comes into physical manifestation through action. Your emotions are a polarized component, you can look at it as. It is a feminine aspect of consciousness. Because Other people don't feel your emotions. They can perceive or sense them. You're the one
It's
who's
time to go
feeling
forward with
the emotions
your
in your physiology.
emotions,
It's an
your
internal
information.
expression.
Go
You
fast.
feel emotions inwardly,
Take that truth
inside in the
and
physiology.
run with it.
Hence, this is a feminine expression for consciousness. It is something that is not external,
Masculine or feminine.
put out.
Use
It is
that
something that is felt
knowledge
within. So
to
the
be the
emotions in
muse,
the mind-body-spirit connection
to
are
know
the
the light and the dark.
spirits in which we do
You need the
something.
masculine and the
Okay, so that's the
feminine.
feminine force.
Be
or
the
spirit.
alchemist.
Of course, thoughts are within our mind, hence that's the mind component of the consciousness. Then there's a marriage between them. Okay, so
The
you can
light
look
and the
at
dark, the
thoughts
marriage
as
right
the
there.
creative essence, which then
The high priestess.
blends with or marries to
The star.
the feminine.
See?
Now, see, we're getting
Naked
into
truth.
a notion that is taught in many different religious traditions. It's called the Trinity.
The Trinity.
I challenge anybody, go and look at any of the Trinities
Now
that
somebody's
exist
juggling
in any of the religions.
this
You can go back to
information.
Babylon. You can go to the Indus Valley traditions. You can go to the Egyptian and Phoenician
But you're going to have to be a
traditions,
warrior.
the Christian traditions.
Because look,
Every single religious tradition that is
the
taught
masculine
of a
and
Trinity,
feminine. The
okay,
Trinity.
it is always
with the
a
angels.
Father Creator,
And the holy.
a
Ghost.
sacred feminine figure, okay, of some kind that the Father
Look,
then
the Wheel of Fortune.
impregnates
It's amazing.
or inseminates in some form.
That's the Wheel of
And
Fortune.
then from that offspring is born a male child. Always. Okay? What we're talking about here is the Father being the mind, the creative essence. Then the spirit, or the emotions, being the sacred feminine essence. Okay? Or the Holy Spirit.
When they come
The
together,
emotions.
Two of
And
Cups.
then
That's that
the
third in the
child,
middle.
the male child, is behavior. It is the active or masculine principle that actually interacts with the physical world to change it. And hence, that is the only way to actually save ourselves. And again, people in religious thinking
Flipping
will
from
immediately attack
one
this and
masculine
say, "You're
to
saying
the
that
feminine when
saving
necessary.
ourselves will not come through faith."
This is being
Yes,
a true
I am.
alchemist. This is being
Saving
balanced.
ourselves will only come through action. Action will save humanity. Faith will not do it. So
You got this.
sorry
Stop
to,
being
again,
blind.
smash
Do
another
it.
egoic,
You know what you need to do. You need to push
attachment that
forward. You
people
need
have
to let go.
religious notions. But this is
Get your
these
head out
religions
of this
are created by the
box
control
like
system.
thinking.
Okay? People don't understand that exoteric Christianity is created by the dark occult, of the ancient dark occult mystery schools. They don't understand where this religion came from because they haven't
It's
studied
dark,
theology.
yo.
And I'm
The
not
truth
telling you there's
is
no good
dark.
concepts in any religion.
Stop being
I say take all
blindfolded
the
and
good
naive to
concepts
the
and leave the
truth.
nonsense.
People say
one of
I'm
the
dark
nonsense
because I
is
read
you need
tarot
to
and because I
believe
can
in
see through
something
people.
to-
Heck
to
no, man.
be saved
I
from the
treat
current
people
human
really,
condition.
really well.
You don't
Even
even
when they
believe in a thing.
disrespect me and hurt me, I
You
still
know
treat
the
them well
truth.
because I love me.
And right in
I
their
respect
own
me and I
religion,
know
there
how
it
it
is. Let me
feels.
just stay on
Get
this
your
for a
head out
minute,
of fucking
because
box.
in their own scripture,
Earth angel.
the exoteric
It's time to
Christian
make
scriptures,
Earth
what is the one
heaven.
prescription
And it's possible,
that
guys.
the
It's all
Christ
internally.
figure
You got to bring justice to
gives to the people
situations.
when he is asked
And that's
about
exactly
freedom?
what somebody is, walking
He's only
justice.
asked about freedom like once in the Gospels. Okay? In the
Freedom
words
of
attributed to his
mind,
teachings.
freedom of
And they
bondages,
wanna
freedom
know
of
what will save us,
expectations
what
of
will make us
others,
free,
or
and what is his
depending on
prescription?
others.
What
This is
what is the actual
spiritual
saying?
freedom.
Know the truth. Knowing the truth will make you free.
You
That's
have
the
a
prescription.
choice.
Even in
You have to keep
exoteric
flipping from the
Christianity.
masculine to the
It's right
feminine.
there
You are
in the
protected.
Gospels.
You have to be
But Christians don't
balanced.
wanna
You
hear
have
that
to know
because
you
the
are
controllers
the
in the
light.
church
You
who
are
came
the
from the
star.
dark
You
priest
are
class
capable.
gave them this
Do not let
nonsense that all you
anybody
have to
keep
do
you
is
stuck.
believe
It's
and everything will
beautiful when you
magically
open
change.
up.
Well, good luck
But
with
it's a
that.
choice.
When people's behaviors have no alignment with morality, You think your belief's going to change something?
It's a choice
The expressions for
to bring the
consciousness
justice
are
or not, to
thoughts,
be the
emotions,
change
and
or
actions
not.
which are likened
But go
to
forward
in the
fast with your
consciousness
information. Be
community
honest, be
of
thorough,
mind, spirit,
be of
and
law and
body.
order,
And it's a
be the
trinity.
warrior,
The Father,
be the
Creator,
beautiful
which is the thoughts, the
warrior,
mind, the feminine essence,
and move
which
forward.
is the mother of the
Look at
trinity,
things in
the
a different
emotions,
perspective.
the inward aspects, the spirit, and then they
Move
give
forward,
birth.
balance,
When the
masculine
thoughts
and
and the
feminine,
emotions come
light
together,
and dark.
they give birth to action in the world, which is the
Move.
male child.
It's time to make
This is
action. Get out of the
very important to
blindfold.
understand. I hope everybody is
Time to
clear.
bring the
This is
message.
our internal trinity.
You can open
which
up. Be the warrior.
constitutes
It's time to be the
expression
matriarch.
for
It's time to stand up. Go with love, men. Go with love. We can do this. I really hope that it helped you. One more card is the Lovers again. Okay? So, masculine and feminine, guys, you've got this. We're balanced. Learn to be grounded. Learn to appreciate everything you have and everyone you have in life. And you will be able to be moving forward. But you can't ascend until you learn how to be grounded. You are good enough. I love yous. I hope this helped. Be the warrior, guys. You're strong, beautiful, magnetic, and, you know, anything you want, you got. I love yous. Stay blessed.